College Station. I'm Grace Hollowell, and today I'm joined once again by Caroline Osk, our Solid Waste Division Manager. Hi, Caroline.
Good morning, Grace. How are you?
I'm doing well. It is everybody's favorite time of year, at least my favorite time of year, the fall season, and we're here today to talk about something that we've talked about before on the show, the Household Hazardous Waste Collection Event.
Yes, so the HHW event is hosted each April and October. So our October event is coming up on the 19th. It'll start at 7 a.m. and it'll run until 2 p.m. at the University Services building off of Highway 30. So you'll go to the entrance on Highway 30. We'll have some light signs and whatnot so you'll know specifically where to go. And then you'll exit off of University Drive. So we're excited. I know everyone's excited. And
Yes.
It'll be a good event.
Yes, it is something that I know a lot of people look for each year because you have these certain items in your house and you save them for these collection events. Hopefully, you do not throw them in your regular trash. But speaking of that, what is considered a household hazardous waste item?
Sure. So there's lots of different categories of items. Some of them could be paint, it could be electronics, different types of batteries, used oil and automotive parts, things like that. Aerosol cans, we've got lots of different options. There is some great information from the host of the event, which is the Brazos Valley Solid Waste Management Agency in the Twin Oaks landfill. They have some great information and a full list on their webpage at www.twinoakshhw.com. So if there's anything that we are not mentioning today in the podcast and the video here, then that would be a good option to look up.
Yes, and it is very important that you don't throw these items in your regular trash because we were talking a little bit before the show started about why that is. It can cause damage to our trucks. It could cause damage to you if you breathe some of those things in. And one of the things that is not included on that list would be certain medical wastes.
You are correct. So medical waste will not be accepted at the event this year. There are some other options for our customers here in the Brazos Valley. So for example, there are 2 options in College Station, 2 options in Bryan. So the CVS at 2411 Texas Avenue, as well as Scott & White's Pharmacy at 1110 Earl Rudder Freeway will accept medical waste. And then the 2 options in Bryan are the CVS at 3000 South Texas Avenue and the Walgreens at 3312 East 29th Street. But I do want to add, they do not accept sharps. So make sure that you are separating those sharps out. And here are some options for sharps. So you can actually dispose of them directly into your waste stream, but they need to be in a puncture-proof container first so that our staff is not being, stabbed by anything or anything like that. So for example, you can put them into a puncture-proof, say, coffee can and make sure that it is taped up with any type of tape that you can, make sure that it won't come out or anything like that. And you can dispose of it directly into your typical garbage can at your house. So that's another option for sharps.
Yes, trying to keep everyone safe here. And pool chemicals are another item that people might not be sure what to do with or disposing of the containers that their pool chemicals were in. That is a big no-no for your regular trash.
Yes, you're correct. So for pool chemicals, like we've talked about in the last year or two, we've seen a lot of truck fires, usually because those types of chemicals react pretty quickly in the back of a truck. So once we tip a can or grab some bags, whatever that's on the curb line, we throw it into the back of the truck. How the truck works is it smashes everything together so that we can get through the route pretty quickly in the packer body. So for those pool chemicals, usually what you'll want to do is you'll want to triple rinse your containers, or if they have some sort of residue, if you have pool chemicals that you're just wanting to get rid of because you don't want to store them, this is a great event to be able to get rid of those. But you're absolutely correct. Any type of those chemicals will react with some of the other liquids and items that are in the back of the truck, so you don't want to put them in your typical waste stream. And that also goes for any type of like cleaning agents or anything like that. Don't mix them.
Right.
Don't pour them down your drain. That causes a lot of issues for water services and wastewater. So please don't do that. Keep them in their original container. Even if the label is not on the container, that's fine. Just keep them in their original container, box them up. When you go through the HHW event, solid waste staff from both City of College Station, City of Bryan, and the Bevisma staff will be there working the event. They'll take everything out for you. It's very easy, kind of like a drive-through McDonald's, right?
Yes,
easy.
You don't even need to turn your car off.
Yep, don't have to turn your car off. They'll take everything out for you, including TVs, electronics, all the fun things. And just make sure that you're not pouring those chemicals into, say, one single bottle. You don't want to have a reaction. So like I said, they'll take everything for you and you can go about your way through an exit on University Drive.
Yes, nice and easy.
Yep.
And again, important to mention, this is not at the landfill itself. It is at the TAMU Services Building.
You are correct. So the entrance is on Harvey Road. And like I said, we'll have lit up signs and everything for everyone to know where to go. And then you'll exit on University Drive. Now, there are a few items that will not be accepted.
Right.
So some of those items are, like we talked about, medical waste. No waste that's generated from a commercial entity. This is specifically for the residents. And there are a few other options on there that'll tell you some of the items that can be recycled and some recycling options on their webpage, as well as the full list of items that won't be accepted, like ammunitions, 55-gallon drums of things. And like we talked about, that commercial waste is not going to be accepted at the event.
Yes. Now, what about like old refrigerators or Freon units? I know sometimes that is a question on whether or not that will be accepted as well.
Yes. So there is a disposal fee, and I would suggest taking those Freon units directly to the Twin Oaks landfill that's out off of Highway 30 in Anderson. And like I said, that Freon unit, there is a disposal fee, and you'll be able to see that on the Twin Oaks webpage as well. I would just take it directly to Twin Oaks if you could. Or you could have an HVAC tech take it out of your refrigerator before putting the actual refrigerator unit for us to pick up on the curb. We do check, our solid waste staff checks to make sure those Freon units are removed before we collect them. If it's still inside of that fridge, we won't collect it. We'll usually leave a tag or something on top of the fridge or a door tag at your home to let you know why we're not collecting it.
Yes, and I know that this event sometimes can raise a lot of questions. So where can people go to find out more information?
A really good option is going to Twin Oaks webpage at www.twinoakshhw.com. They have some great information, and they're the host of the event. So if you had any specific, very specific questions, they'd be able to help you there. And there's a contact phone numbers and whatnot that are also on their webpage. If you had any general questions for us in solid waste, we're also happy to help you. So our webpage is cstx.gov/recycle. And then you're more than welcome to call us. We're housed in the Public Works Department, so our phone number is 979-764-3690.
And then we do also have the College Station Curbside app,
Yes.
which makes things very easy. It sends you notifications for your collection time, which is very helpful. And with holidays, I know it's still early, but it's important to start thinking about Christmas and Thanksgiving. Any information about changes to your collection schedule is all right there in the app.
Yes, and we will have notifications going out if you're set up for notifications, as well as what's called a campaign. So if you open up your app, there's usually a campaign or something at the top that has a link, and we put in lots of different information for people to be able to see. We will have notifications and a campaign for the HHW event. As a reminder, usually we'll push it out about the week or 2 weeks before, so you'll be able to see everything. If you click on the link, there will be the times and the directions of where to go and whatnot. And same thing, like you mentioned, the holidays are coming up, so our holiday schedules will be in there. Our customers will be notified in those changes of holidays and changes in schedules. So if you needed anything, it'll be readily available specific to your address, so you'll be able to see everything for the customers.
Okay, well, thank you so much for joining me today, Caroline.
Thanks for having me.
Before we go, let's take a look at our upcoming city event and meeting calendar. The City Council meets again at 6 p.m. on Monday, October 7th at City Hall. The free Movies in the Park event is at 7 p.m. on Friday, October 11th at the Wolfpen Creek Amphitheater. And finally, the Fall Homegrown at Northgate event is from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Sunday, October 13th at the Northgate Promenade. For more on these events and other city events, go to cstx.gov/calendar. And that's what's up.